What's up, baby dolls? We're going to be doom scrolling Twitteroonies. But the first thing I have to show you, man, Binance, Liberty Swap Finance, PulseChain. Binance posted, give me Liberty or give me Bitcoin. Binance intern. What? Come on, man. Friends, you know, I've been playing into it. Like, you know, they're like, oh, there's a picture of a sky. Oh, that means PEPE is going to the sky and Binance is in on PulseChain. We're having fun with a lot of it. But then this one drops. Remember, we have Liberty Swap Finance from Lady Liberty. And they've said, give me Liberty or give me Bitcoin. And it actually wrote Binance intern. See, friends, we have been saying, the thing is, okay, they are aware. But is it the Binance intern playing with us or not? There are a lot of funny things. Right? Binance have hundreds of millions of customers. PulseChain's got 8,000 daily active users, man. They don't give a crap. You know, like there's so many bigger communities you can play into to get their attention, like XRP, Cardanzo, Soylana. Why would you bother with us unless something else was going on? You think, oh my God, K9, wait, Binance spells finance, but with a B. The mystery continues. Binance intern. Ah, man, that's wild. You know, while we're on that topic, friends, PulseChain has been, I guess, moving up today. It's very nice to see. 14%, 18%. Hex, the better Bitcoin, up 30%. PEPE is all up 10%. We need to see more and more of these, of course. You know, it's really outside of our control. But, I mean, like, check it out. Well, let me know what you think, friends. Shout out to Mr. PolarityJosh. Imagine if the fact is that just like the Epstein list, UFOs don't exist. The meltdowns will be crazy. This will be interesting. He's making a reference to, remember, Blue Pill Cuck Society, listening to Daddy Government, where I shouldn't even call them Daddy Government, you know what I mean? It's a thing, you know? So are they just going to come out and be like, UFOs? Never heard of them. What does that mean? Just like they said with the island. Check it out. Coast. Here we go. This dude just bought 46 million Pulse. The best place to buy Pulse is app Coast. So Coast is, they have a pre-pegged, it's funny, a pre-pegged stablecoin already. CST on PulseChain, one of the first communities out there and have bank support as well. Here is Albi. Here's a Chainlink believer. If you 20x shorted PumpFun token with the Bybit $20 voucher 14 days ago, you'd have $132,000 today. Bybit Ben saved a lot of you. So friends, what's been happening is all over Twitter, they're making fun. They're saying, oh, if you bought $100 of this yesterday, you'd have $50,000. But they're making a joke because they started inverting it and they started talking about PumpFun. They go, oh, if you just shorted $100 of PumpFun token, you'd be a millionaire by now. Speaking of PumpFun token, it is below the ICO price already. And friends, as we're watching Ethereum, you know, meth is absolutely cranking. It's up to maybe by the time you see this video, friends, it's up $3,900. Look at it. It's going up. That's wonderful, man. Richard Hart's PulseChain stack is on site. Oh, man, this is a nice daily candle. See, it comes in, bull flags, you're ready to go up. However, the big level, right, 3,800, it's got to like shoot up through. I hope, because friends, remember, this is the, we've been here 6 times before, this is the 7th time. I would love to see some sort of like flash rally up to like 4,800. But yeah, to be honest, anything under 5,000 is still racist to me. So let's crank it a bit. Ink Token God. I guess you haven't heard of Hex and the 200,000 electronic devices. So just a friendly reminder, Richard Hart made a post. We're going to get 200,000 free electronic gifts. I do not know which part of your body they're meant to enter, but they're going to the 200,000 richest addresses. So hopefully that is coinciding with a big fat pump. Now let's crack on through. Why Elise? I don't get how everyone wants innovation and new companies coming into crypto, but throws the biggest bitch fit of the century if a team dares to earn a percentage for their service. They robbed me! So I think this person is just making light of the fun. See, here's the thing, friends. Like, look, markets are constantly transferring, you know, basically positions all the time, buying and selling, right? People who are buying in now, they're probably buying from people who bought before. Yeah? So they call them long-term holders. But the people who buy in now, they want things to go up, right? They want to be rewarded like the people who held before. So they're constantly demanding like, oh, we want the best of both worlds and all worlds. But Really doesn't really matter, friends, because if the candle's going red, it doesn't even matter what you do. We've seen it. Revenue sharing, not revenue sharing, deflationary, ETFs. Look at Ethereum, bro. Ethereum dropped after an Ethereum spot ETF. You know what I mean? The wet dream. So it all comes down to how this bull market plays out. Shout out to Mr. Berkshire Hill Farm Homestead. Sell, you fools. Sell, sell, sell. He's just talking about here is Hex and the price is up here. Obviously, we're just all having fun, friends, because, yes, we got a long way to go. Hopefully, Ethereum cracks up into the $4,000 plus and everything out here. You know, the coins we believe in, we're going to keep holding. Here is Santiago Capital. I effing knew it. Study shows ice cream is a health food and its consumption protects against heart disease. So he's obviously making fun here. That is, friends, Mr. Brent Johnson, who made famous the dollar milkshake theory, which is his theory that the US dollar's dominance is going to keep growing and uptrending over time. Because as the world gets weaker, people are going to hoard more US dollars and they have to keep printing money. That's his whole theory. His whole theory is every time the government prints and they rescue everything, it actually makes everyone relying more on the US dollar. So we'll see how that plays out. Here you have Mr. Smolting saying, face melting pumps ahead. Depends, they're all coinciding with Ethereum. Ethereum is near, obviously, 3,900, 4,000. Hopefully, we keep on continuing. This is Matthew Highland, not to be confused with Matthew Lowland. We love you, Mr. Highland. Matty Highland. Bitcoin daily close confirms a hidden bullish divergence and a reclaim of its SMA. Suck my apples, otherwise known as a simple moving average. Yeah, it's very cute. Daily charts and, divergences and stuff out here. Whatever it is to keep it pumping. What I think we deserve as well, friends, is some Pumpy G music. I think it's Mogger's time. We've been waiting way too long without reminding people that they're about to get mogged. Steve! Some of the most clever people here are some of the most stupidest. Great technical analysis and stupid takes on future price targets. Almost perfectly timed entries and exits into anything while predicting 6-digit Ethereum price. The key is to dismiss some of the takes, but not the person completely. Friends, let me show you a little secret, okay? Ethereum people, they're smart. They got a bit of soy, skipping leg day, you know what I mean? On shoulder day, bro, you got to do some traps, you know what I mean? You can't just skip traps, okay? So Ethereum people, they're really smart. They're really smart. Trust me, they're really smart. They learned from your friend Somi pegging his own nipples and being the most bullish guy on Ethereum as we're collapsing, okay? They learn. They noticed that Bitcoin maxis come out and they say $13 million Bitcoin, $10 million Bitcoin, $100 million Bitcoin. And they say it with a straight face. And then Ethereum guys are like, man, how do they get away with it? So now they're learning. Now if you go look at Sassel, Anthony Sassano, you go look at other Ethereum maxis, now the gloves are off. Okay. Now they will say $100,000 ETH, $50,000 Ethereum, $70,000 Ethereum. It's just that Steven, why is he going, oh, you guys are so silly. You guys are so silly. How can you talk about a high Ethereum price? Bro, do you understand what Michael Saylor's $13 million Bitcoin target is? Gold grows at 6% on average per year. Yeah? Michael Saylor's terminal rate of growth for Bitcoin is 20%. It is gargantuanly huge. Do you understand that? But no one bats an eyelid. Why? Why? Because Bitcoin dominance kept going up. That's why. Okay? Because I'll show you now. Let me actually zoom in, friends. Let's zoom. Because Bitcoin dominance has had 4 years of going up. These are 12-month candles. No one says anything. They go, oh, it's totally normal to do that. See, Steven, I want to ask you something, Steven. Why aren't you calling out Willy Woo for saying 90% Bitcoin dominance? Why aren't you calling out Ben Copen for saying 70% dominance? Why aren't you calling them out? Why aren't you calling out Bitcoin Conference for bringing on Paolo and other people who push CBDC trash, which are the very reason that Satoshi made Bitcoin in the first place? It's because Bitcoin's price keeps going up against the altcoins. That's why. You see? So, friends, all these people talking like this, don't worry about them. Don't worry about it. It means nothing. They'll flip their opinion in 2 seconds. Shout out to Mr. DeFi Triggsy. What is Hex doing in the top 100 cryptos? So, friends, this is what you got to do, Bam. Look, for PulseChain community, guys, we always say the thing's great. Trust me, just start asking questions you already know the answer to. Yeah? Hey, why is Hex up 30%? Does anybody know? Why is Hex up 30%, guys? This is weird. Why is it up 30%? Why is this Ponzi that's meant to go to zero? Why is that up 8%? Just say that. Trust me, it works. Trust me, it works. All right? Because like to do what I do, which is unequivocally be permanently 100% confident and bullish, pegging in my own nipples on the internet, sitting on a squeaky chair, it takes a special kind of retardio. You know, it's hard to do it and never break character. But trust me, just asking these questions like, hey, why is this thing up 30%? I thought it was dead. It works. Check out this guy, Marusha. He's talking about Ethereum here. Oh, man, this is such a cute, punny, peppy picture. He goes, look, yes, that was still a weekly close under all-time high for Ethereum for anyone who observed. I hope he's joking for everyone out here. Oh, look at this. Look at this Velo. Yes, that was a new record high weekly close for Bitcoin for anyone who observed. So they're pretty much, once again, pooping on ETH. They love, friends, it's a hated rally, bro. We are literally near 3,900. Dude, you guys were fighting the crap out of meth at 1,400 108 days ago at the bottom. Yeah? With Ansoy saying, oh, we're never going to go up. And then Joe McMahon, who gets turbo short Ethereum. Then his fund loses 78% as Ethereum goes up only. I'm telling you, I know it's confusing, man. That's why I'm here to help you, okay? They sound really smart, but they're not actually emotionally different to you and me. They're just better at expressing nerd words when things are red and when things are green. They're just better at the words, bro. They're not differently built. You know what I mean? When their dopamine levels crash, they shine the corner like a little bitch, right? They do the same thing. Friends, there's a reason why AI itself says your friend Somi is Ethereum's secret weapon. Shout out to Trevor from the PulseChain community as well. Dry powder ready to explode, ripping faces up. Works and is impressive. Not going to throw away. Be ready for greatness. The match is nearly struck. Haters are very butthurt. So he's talking about Richard Hart doing his bullish post. Friendly reminder, friends, some electronic gifts are going to come out to the richest, I think, addresses. I don't know where they're all going through, you know, but we'll see. Here we have a post. Dr. Paul Thomas. We looked at every single patient born into my practice. We stratified them according to the number of vaccines they had. The more vaccines you had, the worse you were. Infections, ADD, ADHD, neurodevelopmental diseases, eczema, allergies. Wow. Very interesting. Wow. I mean, like, friends, I thought that was total conspiracy nut job too when I was younger. And I'm like, wow, like there's all these people coming out. Look, I just want to tell you something, all right? You know all that stuff? Put it aside. Yeah, it's bull market time, baby. Throw it all out. Okay, I know, fans. I know people want to get really worked out. They go, oh, I want to hate this race today. Okay, dude. Oh, I don't like the other political people. Oh, I'm really concerned about this. No, you don't. Bro, just do me a favor, bro. Okay. Focus on escaping the rat race first. Then you can think about how you want to spend all day yelling into the Ethernet about how your opinion is like changing on this issue or whatever, okay? Focus on escaping the rat race. Your first goal is to replace how much money you spend right now relying on the worker and your employment. It's to replace that with crypto. Yes? Get crypto to just fund your basic lifestyle here. We got a bull market ahead and then we're going to worry about all of that stuff later. I found this interesting. Spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs have taken in $26 billion this year. There is still no in-kind creation and redemption. Still limited access on many major wirehouse and advisory platforms. No Vanguard brokerage. Basically one hand tied behind the back. So interesting. Yeah, when you buy into the ETFs, you don't actually own it. You just own a vehicle that's meant to match the price. So you better hope that the government doesn't, like, you know, do something with it. You know, not your keys, not your coins, man. Carl Chassé. 14% of Americans own Bitcoin. We are so early. Okay, just chill out, everyone. About 10 to 14% of the world, I think it's actually real numbers, 15% of the world owns the S&P 500. So we're not like super early, but crypto's global, better than stocks, so probably a higher percentage. 14% of Americans own BTC. No number's going to be high enough for them, friends, just to let you know. Okay, so we are still early, but let's go. Friends, there's a video here. Great listen with icons in the Bitcoin space. Preston Pysh knocks it out of the park with this all-star panel. Preston, friends, Preston's a good guy. I actually emailed Preston. I learned, if you watch, I learned his Warren Buffett tutorial introduction many, many years ago. Okay, he gave like an introduction on Warren Buffett. I loved his videos. I learned them. Then I emailed him many, many years later. I go, hey man, there's this Bitcoin thing. And he was already in it. So like he wrestled with this idea because he loved and respected Warren Buffett, but then Bitcoin just broke all the paradigms. And he like felt guilty for like it, but now he understands it fully. Now he's a full Bitcoin maxi and stuff out here now. Preston, friends, really smart guy, really good American dude, you know. I'm just going to tell you, these dudes, they are really smart, but they are not more powerful than an altcoin green candle. Okay, so you will see all of their like mastermind and inflation and global debt and stuff. It won't be able to catch up to the altcoin stuff. Okay, listening to these guys is great during like the bear market when like everything's going to zero. And you need someone like me who's not just pegging his own nipples, but like someone who doesn't peg his own nipples, who sits there. He's got bookcases behind him, and his chair fence, there's no squeaks, but it's one of those like, you know, those leather chairs. You know the CEO chairs, right? The CEO. Yeah, you need someone like that to tell you, oh, it doesn't matter. The government has to print and stuff out here, but like we're going to enter the risk on period. So let's continue. Here you have Kyle Chassé as well, bull posting Ethereum, ETH to 4,000. You got to think bigger, brother. Look, friend. Look, I'm not a racist man, okay? Ethereum should not be under 8,300. I don't care, dude. Look, I know, yeah, there's a bit of soy, there's a bit of flaily arms, they're skipping leg day, I get it. But, bro, based off morals alone, you invented Uniswap. You invented Aave. You had the first stablecoin in the world put on your chain. You made MakerDAO. You are the hotbed of innovation of literally the financial Lego of the world. It's all come from Ethereum. All of it. Vitalik's an alien. You shouldn't be under 1 trillion market cap. That's about 8,300 Ethereum. I think it's racist under that, to be honest. You just shouldn't, man. If you, friends, these kids, like, I know, like, Gaydon comes in, okay, there's poop stains on his underwear, and he's in some sweaty basement, typing away, you know, sweaty forehead, sweaty armpits, poop-stained underwear, typing away, codes Uniswap. One of the, literally, it's the third pillar of like inventions in the world. I'm not even joking, in crypto. Why, friends? Because the fact that you found the way for everything to just be a ratio swap with each other, we like discover prices of ratios of things that we never even knew was possible. So the world, I think, is still not truly understanding it. But one day they will. And hopefully, we've made a lot of money by then. Here you have Undoxed. Whales are heavily buying PEPE right now. Yeah, hopefully PEPE is like the ship of this cycle and everything goes up. Hopefully we see a return of PEPE, Landwolf. I still believe in all of them, friends. PEPE unique, community strong. Meme coin super cycle still applies. You can see, friends, everybody still believes in the memes. Check this out. This is funny. PEPE versus the M2 global liquidity. This is gold. they're just putting altcoins with the global M2. This is awesome. Okay, sweet. We should hopefully get to see some friendship as we continue up. Check this out. Time to bring back working for your bags. Unapologetically shilling your bags. Raiding the comments. You never know who is watching. Very true, very true. See, man, that's a tough part, right? When the prices are the cheapest, it's when you can change the most people's lives. The problem is no one's listening because the prices are down. And the people who do listen, they end up winning. It's just that you can't know that their outcome was the right thing to do until it's too late when the rest of the crowd is in and everyone's wishing that they got in. So hopefully, better times are ahead. Here you have Smolting as well. He wrote yes or no. He's showing the PumpFun chart. Honestly, friends, the thing is, like, everyone says PumpFun's bottomed. And I'm like, bro, just based off the fact that every second person on Twitter is desperately waiting for PumpFun to bottom, tells me you all bought into the ICO. You're all offside. You all talk a big game on Twitter. And you're all trapped. So the bottom's going to have to fall out somewhere. It just has to. I mean, just based off that alone. I don't care how much money they've made or how much money they said they're going to inject. Just based off that alone. You know, friends, we've been in this. You know how this works. Bottom, 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 bottom. This is the bottom. This is the... But there's no bottom. I'll tell you when the bottom is, okay? It's when every single one of you want to literally dox the founder of PumpFun and literally go basically start throwing cocktails through the guy's window. When you guys start doing that, that's anger. When you guys capitulate, then I'll tell you that the bottom is. Right now, it's just... I'll show you, you know what I mean? I'll show you where you are now. Let's look at the Wall Street cheat sheet. This is where you are. You are in denial. All right? You're around here. So, you're in denial. Anxiety was, why are we below the ICO price? See what it says here? Why am I getting margin called? This dip is taking longer than expected. Like, wait a minute. Why is my PumpFun current price below my ICO? This rally's taken a bit longer than I expected for the number one chain that's meant to flip Ethereum when everybody in the world is long Soylana. They are just starting to enter denial. All right? They're about to enter denial where they're going to say, don't worry, that was successful before. They can do it again. They can read the market. They've made a lot of money. They're listed everywhere. They have the most mind share, yada, 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 yada. When they start doing that, I'm like, oh, now you're in denial. My investments are with great companies. They will surely come back. What do you think panic's going to be? Oh, crap. Everyone's selling. I need to get out. You know what panic's going to be? Oh, crap. There's a season on another chain. And I'm stuck holding the Ultra JPEG risk on grifter launcher piece of crap token where I paid 4 billion market cap on open. I'm stuck holding that and everyone else is on another chain. Right? I'm not saying it's Ethereum. I'm not saying it's PulseChain. It could be PoopChain. Someone just makes PoopChain. Right? I don't know. Remember, I'm biased, friends. I have a respect for markets. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't have the answers. I just tell you, you already won, bro. That's what I'm saying. See, man, that's why it's so common, right? People don't believe me when their thing's topped out. And then after it goes down, they say, sorry. Because I don't come in and pretend to know the answer. I'm like just saying, bro, you already won the game. You beat us. You came first. There's nowhere else to go when you're first, bro. You can only drop from that point. You ran for a year and a half. Raoul Pal, Max shields you. Ivan on Tech, Max shields you. Crypto Banter, Max shields you. Every single freaking person, bro. Freddie Kreuger, Adam Backshot, every Bitcoin maxi shields Soylana because they hate Ethereum so much because they know Soylana is centralized garbage to them, bro. You're literally turbo max shield everywhere. The freaking president unzips his pants and flops out a meme coin onto your chain, bro. You literally won the game. Well, like I say, friends, everyone learns. Some people learn easy. Some people learn hard. I love you, Mr. Pooey. PulseChain core coins are pumping again. Are they know something we don't? My guess is a list is on an exchange. Probably a big one. I believe Peter Riddle will be revealed when you least expect it. Final boss is over. Friends, I have been telling you for it's been 3 years now. Have I not just told you as soon as you get one green candle, people just start speculating on the most random shit? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Literally one day, and Mr. Pooey's up. Someone knows something! Somebody knows something! we just start making stuff up. We just start making stuff up, you know? So, look, maybe someone does know something, but I'm just telling you, man, the higher the green candle, the bigger the speculation, dude. See it? Friends, you saw with XRP, there's an XRP conspiracy dudes. They literally said Larry Fink's going to buy XRP, and he's actually accumulating right now. Right now, I'm laughing, but you're not. You want to know why? Because XRP is above $3, and it looks like it's going to 5. Right? And you all saw it at 50 cents, and it's going to do a 10x before everything else goes up. You're not laughing. I'm still laughing. See, I mean, this, friends, the higher the price goes, the bigger the speculation. So, like I said, friend, the N-word, okay? We got to get rid of this N-word around the world. This racist N-word. And the N-word I'm talking about is narrative. Yeah. Whenever you hear someone say the word narrative, go pleb, move on. You know what you're talking about. Right. Friends, it's kind of like, okay. You know Damato, Mike Tyson's original trainer. Cuss, rest in peace, Damato. He made Mike Tyson what he is. Now, if you watch any of the documentaries, he always told Mike, speed kills. Speed. You got to be fast. Faster. Speed kills, okay? If you're not into boxing or any of like the, you know, anything of MMA, what does an average pleb think? They think you need big muscles and you've got to hit hard. They think power. You know what I mean? That's like when you're new, you think, oh, power. Yeah, power. It's all about the power. Get big biceps, power. And Damato just telling you, he's telling you, no, speed. You know what I mean? So you're watching it right here. When you see, so when people say, oh, power, that word they drop in crypto or anything is narrative. What about the narrative? The narrative going around. Have you seen the narrative? I do believe the narrative. Oh, I don't believe that narrative. Oh, I had a problem with the narrative. Bro, no one cares about you. You got a problem with the narrative? Who's the narrative? It's just a bunch of people talking shit. We just make stuff up. You know, friends, sometimes I just got to stop myself and I'm like, bro, I can't believe this stuff is free. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.